I feel like you have so much stress while you're playing instead of just objective. Like, you're making so many decisions based on something that happened in the past, so it just completely pollutes your decision making in real time. The fact that this turret is still sitting at minute 18, with the most respect, is criminal. Varus should not exist. Just for me, the intent of seeing this dive is just sad.
Yes.
Anivia top should not exist.
Yes.
I am literally not allowed to auto-attack the means in the early game once.
Hello, my friend.
Yo, what's up, bro? How's it going?
Good. What about you?
Chilling. I played some ranged top today, so naturally, you know, cortisol's pretty low.
You played against or you played ranged?
I played some ranged top myself.
You're still my goat, but I hate it. I hate it, bro.
Bro, you're in the right. But the thing is, I'm like doing the reverse thing. I'm gonna make people play more ranged top, which will lead to Riot finally addressing it, so that it finally gets nerfed and removed from the game. It's like an investment.
Okay, you as a pro, do you think ranged top is too OP in the in the meta right now?
Yes. Well, not every ranged top, but Varus should not exist.
Yes.
Anivia top should not exist.
Yes.
Champions like Vayne is like, honestly, remove Vayne as well. But champions like Quinn, Teemo, Cannon, I think are fair. They're annoying, but I think they're fair. I guess we open GG, how things have been going, what are you struggling with, and then we can go from there.
Okay, so the problem is, like you said, it's ranged because of my champ pool, but most of the time I pick Malphite and try to be as good as I can if he's not banned. Then the problem is either I get stomped or I'm stomping. Like, if I maybe ganked at minute 3, I'm fucked in my lane. So that's my feeling. I'm pretty bad at comebacking my lane.
Your champions are also pretty bad at coming back in lane. But then what we can do is optimize your early game, I guess, approach to the laning phase. We can go to that. So you say you're struggling with early laning phase? Or like, I guess, balance in the laning phase, right?
Yes. I think I have to track more the jungler most of the time. I think my jungler tracking is pretty shit. And that's the reason why, even if the lane is even, or if I'm ahead because Ilaoi is like a lane bully, I get fucked most of the time.
Well, let's do it step by step. So the first VOD you sent me, give me a second.
Yeah.
So I think this ward, I understand this. I never do level 1 wards anymore. I should probably talk about it as well. I think you're simply too late if you look for the level 1 ward. If you want to put a level down ward because you're scared of a Shaco early gank, right, which might be what you're doing here, then just put the ward down here, because then you should always see him coming.
Okay. I also want to help because they pinged it to fight, so I thought we're fighting level 1. Okay,
sure. I don't care about what's happening here, because you dictate this matchup level 1 to level 4. You could win this matchup level 1 to level 4. What I'd rather have you, if I want you to be standing, I would want you to be standing here and kind of like skill check if this Mundo is playing in these bushes, because if he's not, right, and I see the Mundo playing like this level 1, imagine you were behind him right now in this third bush. Mundo loses the game right here. If you're in this bush. You see that for yourself?
Yes.
I don't think this guy should ever be allowed to walk up to the wave level 1. Well, yes. I say I don't think he should never be allowed. How do you want to play this right now? Where would you walk? Okay, how would you path to the Mundo here? I
would go for 2, to be honest, because I try to dodge the Q and then try to E him into the wave.
I would want to walk between 2 and 3 here.
Okay.
And the reason being is Mundo has to go to his turret to try to escape here, right?
Yes.
Let's say both of you lose half your HP here. Who benefits?
Me.
Why?
Because my early is way stronger, and Mundo can't walk up to the wave. Because I would kill him. I would kill him.
And you also are playing with D-Shoot, right? And you even have bomb planning here for stronger level 1.
Yes.
So it's extremely important that you're heading into this matchup with the idea that, like, I think it's near impossible for Mundo to get equal health trades with you. But even if you take equal health trades, it's beneficial for you. Also because of your passive and now the D-Shoot passive. Like, you're disgustingly strong in the early game, which is why I wanted you to be in this push level 1 in the first place. It's fine now. Now I want you to path like this. Let's see how you path, okay? I just want to see how aggressive your tendencies are, given that this matchup is so free for you. And see, I really dislike, okay, they're fine. But you see, you kind of give Mundo the opportunity to already walk to his turret now, because we could be, like, here, right?
Yes.
And then you would at least meet him.
Yes.
Okay? Unfortunate. This definitely could have been an opportunity to trade.
Okay.
Even here, he's walking into you. Okay, so it's through his Q. You try to dodge it, that's okay. I would make Mundo's life very uncomfortable right now by just clicking here again and just trying to skill check. If you dodge it, like, let's say you walk here and you dodge one of his Qs, he loses 50% HP.
Yes.
So I would just be looking and fishing for these opportunities. Our positioning is way too safe, and you're just going to start pushing the wave.
Yes.
It's not necessarily bad, but you see how many opportunities you're missing potentially by just skill checking and trying to make this guy's life hard.
Okay.
And even this level 1, even with him landing the Q, you definitely could have found a trade onto him here.
Mm-hmm.
But you see how we could have optimized this level 1, or at least
Yeah,
look for more trade
sure.
opportunities?
For sure, yes. So I should just
Okay.
walk up and trade him straight up because I can
Yeah.
that check him on level 1.
Exactly. And again, losing health or trading equal is always beneficial for us. So
Yes.
to be in this spot, we kind of give him free landing phase. Now, we have vision here. We saw Shaco probably starting here. How do you want to play the wave states now? Let's talk about our options.
Try to get early level 2 and then
Okay.
run him down. Because most of the time, if I play, for example, against Olaf or Darius, I'm starting W and then I just all in on level 1, you know? Because
Yep.
most of the people don't think I start with W early on set.
Yep.
And then I just want to get level 2 and then I try to chunk him. But I think I have just to walk up here.
Yep. He's also playing with Ghost, right? He doesn't have Flash. Like your clicks are so passive and so safe. For example, here again,
Yes.
the next wave is approaching, right? So
Yes.
you're going to have a lot of means where you have potential stun angles. If
Yes.
you path here and you dodge one of his Qs, you take 80% of his health. If he lands the Q, unfortunately, you look for it, right?
Mhm.
But you make it tricky for him. So you stand behind here. That's okay. I want you to look aggressive, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And now if he walks up here, okay, we're standing behind. He's fucked here. Him hitting the wave here, completely illegal, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So you say you want to get level 2, you want to look to fight him, right? And look for kill windows. Realistically here, Mundo is never forced to walk up for last hit here, right?
Yes.
What could we potentially do with the wave stage here to at least try and get something for ourselves?
That's a question. Should I just hard push it so it bounce?
That's one option, right? Shaco is still in top side, right? Because we had this one
Yeah,
phase doing
that
so
was also the next problem. I was a bit scared if he's coming level 3 to cheese
exactly.
it.
I think you have two options here. If you're scared for the level 3 gank, I would just hard push this wave and get it to bounce back to us. If the wave is pushing towards you, Muno's going to be forced to walk up for last hits, and then we can look for trades, right?
Yes.
So that's like one of the most important things that we can always have. So a second wave crash here is fine because it guarantees that the wave will bounce back to us.
Mm-hmm.
Another option would be looking for a wave 3 crash. Let's talk about Shaco's position now too. He just finished rep buff. He's going to be on Krugs. What are the options for Shaco after Krugs here? Because for me, it's like he's either going to go to bot side right or he's going to look to gank top. There's not really any option left.
Yes.
So we talked about that. So now you're kind of slow pushing the wave. And I see in the corner of my eye, I see here. I'll check my own minimap to see where the wave is at. I see that third wave is approaching.
Yes.
So at this point, we're kind of already too late to even look to push this in before this wave arrives. Basically, if the wave is still somewhere in the lane and it's at a tier 2 turret, you're too late when getting into crush. You should slow push, try last at latest frames, which is what you're doing here. And then we can do a third wave crash, which is what I'm fine with here as well. So long as you just don't get ganked and overcommit here, right? So I just don't want to die to a Shaco gank here.
Yes.
That's it, really. Okay, so you're collecting this. Now, on this wave, what I'm noticing is you're still looking for a lot of trade opportunities. That's fine. Okay, you get the E here. But you see both of the E's that you've landed are also passive E's. Like they're coming from your side. You see, you've played behind your main lines and eat from your side. You've never like looked to skill check and looked to kind of, walk into his face, maybe dodge a Q and trade onto him. What happened to his character? Anyways, you see my point, right? Most of our decisions here have been quite passive.
Yes.
Okay, this position, I find this an interesting one. Walk me through your options.
Like you said, I think I have to push it into the tower
Okay.
and just take a base because I don't know where Shaco is, and I think I don't kill him at this wave state.
Okay, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with hard pushing and recalling for Shaco. Let's say you did know where Shaco is at. Another option I would like in positions like this, and you can do this into like not Mundo specifically, but any matchup where you have free control in the early game. Let's say you know right now that Shaco's pathing bot. You could just do a third wave crash, and if your opponent is not contesting you, just take the plate and then maybe even proxy the next one, and then set up your recall.
Oh, okay. I can do that every time if I know where the jungler is.
Yes, there's pretty much no counter. Let's say you're playing against Nessus, Kill, Mundo, Tom Kench, these kind of champions, right, that are not going to be able to contest you in the early game, and maybe even some other ones as well. If you're not finding trade opportunities, you can just do a clean third wave crash, and then the faster you push this, the more time you have to get the plate, and then the more time you have to be in time with the proxy to hard push this proxy and then set up your recall. But circling all back here, I think we talked about a lot of details, right? How do you feel about the way you played this matchup so far?
Not good. Like you said, I think I have to be more aggressive on Mundo.
Yes.
And I think that's also a big problem for me.
The problem that you have with that is this like mentality that you have before hanging into the game kind of dictates all the decisions that you're making in the game. And it limits you immensely, because if you want to play like that, then I'd rather have you play Mundo than playing Set.
Okay.
Because Mundo wants to play the way you just described.
Yes.
And Set, you need to play aggressive and like be like, you have full control, right? You control the wave stage, you dictate the pace of the game.
Yes.
You cannot play Set to just be content with going even.
Okay.
That's not what your champion wants to do. Just talking about only here right now,
Yes.
I just see a lot of
Fick doch
passive
hier,
tendencies
besser.
that you have throughout your gameplay, which like it started with D-shield, right? And
Yes.
also having the bone plate thing. And then us clicking here instead of us clicking here right now, like you're not playing this matchup mentally the way you should at all. And I think that should open up your perspective. And then we didn't skill check his Q1 to try and force trades onto him. And the 2 E's that we did land is because he feels comfortable enough to auto-attack me in. If I play against Set as window, I am literally not allowed to auto-attack the means in the early game once. Like, I genuinely not once. Maybe one time on my passive cooldown, if he's going to E me, I can hit like a minion once with my E, maybe, get a swing in. But if I ever play against Gaishu, I'm sure you know Gaishu, right? I'm not allowed to auto-attack means in the early game at all. The only means I get are the means I get with my Q. And throughout this landing phase, you see Mundo auto-attacking the means the entire time. And that's because you're standing behind your minion lines, fishing for E's, instead of like playing ahead, playing in his face, trying to skill check, dodge E's, and looking for equal health trades or even beneficial health trades. Right? Okay.
Yeah.
You hold the wave. I like this. All right. You're level 4 here. You just missed Q. I would Q into his face here. You should Q into his face right here. So I think another tendency that okay, you do. Yeah. I'm going to extend this straight.
I think I should flash. Yeah, I should flash. Ignite this.
He's playing Ghost as well, right?
Yes, yes.
But also another. Okay, I think here it's not possible. But you're also opening up nearly every trade so far with E, right? Which is okay.
Yeah.
But I would still also look to maybe still. Thank you. Sorry, I got a sub notification. Okay, you do get E Q tier, so you E. But maybe just opening up with auto attacks. But it's good. Yeah, flash W. Auto ignite. He's just dead. He should be dead here. 100% of the time.
Okay.
He's playing with Ghost, right?
Yes. I just should flash, ignite, auto, and he's dead. Yes. Okay.
So what I'm noticing every time is you're initiating or you're starting every trade with E. You don't open up with Qs.
Yes.
So you skill check him here. You dodge the Q. Great. I would run into him with Q right now.
Okay.
Okay, he's going melee with you. I would open up this trade with auto Q and a double auto and then EW towards the end. You see, because you're already melee range right now, right? So if we're already melee range, why do we open up with E when we can just open up with the auto Qs and then EW towards the end?
I see. Okay.
Okay. Well, it ends up being an okay trade, but Mundo doesn't even have to take this. He could just walk out and he's fine. But if we force with Qs, right, you always get this trade here. I would step forward here and just probably open up with Q, 2 autos, and then EW.
Okay.
Because you get the movement speed amplifier here, right?
Yes.
So if I'm in melee range already, I would always open up with Q and then EW towards the end.
Okay.
I like what you're doing here because this is the first time in the matchup where we're skill checking his Q, correct?
Yes.
But you instantly click passively afterwards. Take a look at this. You dodge it. Where should your next click be?
Towards him.
Yeah, like here, right?
Yes.
And maybe, and the reason I also click here is because this is his escape route to his turret. We don't click here. We click here.
Okay.
Look at your click. It's gonna be left.
Ah, I see. Yeah.
So you also lose the opportunity to get close again. Because here with Q, you should guaranteed get close onto him. Guaranteed. There's like no counterplay. And again, that's what I kind of mean with the passive tendencies. I feel like we're barely looking to open up trades by just gap closing with our Q. It's like in your head, we first need to land E before we trade. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. So get out of the habit that every trade has to start with E. Open up with Qs. Gap close onto him. Trade autos. Equal altitudes are good.
Okay. Okay.
Here we're using Q to gap close. Okay. It's because you didn't have passive, right? But that's the first time we use Q to gap close also. Okay, beautiful. We got our solo kill. Don't we just kill the Shaco?
Yes.
See. I would instantly ult him here.
I thought I'm running out of line of sight and then ulting him above the trap.
Sure, but you're unstoppable during your ult trap, during your ult cast, right? So I would just flip him anywhere.
Okay.
You have 12 Conqueror. You can instantly follow up with W. He cannot kill you during the ult cast, right? And then you have your W shoot with shield bash, 12 Conk. You even have bone plate incoming. I mean, he's just one shot. You instantly ult him here with your Conqueror stacks into W. I think just ult W brings him to like this point, and then you follow up with your auto attacks, and he's just dead. Oh, we do kill him. But it's because he's chasing.
Yep.
Okay, nice. Still really good. Well done.
I think my flashes, but I waste my flash. But
all good. You get the kill. I'm happy. All right, you get the sin. You set up your recall. So far, so good. Okay, so let's see how you play. How would you want to play here now?
I think I have to play way more aggressive because I'm ahead, and that's the next thing that I told you. Like, it's pretty hard for me to convert the lead on map and sometimes on top lane.
Sure. If we want to expand our lead, we can do that to multiple things. So in the early game, we like to look for freezes, mainly so that we can force our opponents to, to walk up flashes, and freezes or like denying wave and XP in the early game is extremely important. Right now, there's going to be multiple ways for us to progress onto the Mundo. One option is going to be looking to kill him, right? Which is always good. Kills are good. But the second point that we're going to be looking for is going to be plates and turrets, right?
Yeah.
So you have full wave state control pretty much always, correct?
Yes.
All right. Right now, we don't have our ult, we don't have our ignite, we don't have our flash. So what I would do in your shoes right now is look for multiple things. I want to look for plates. I also want to look for kill windows. But how can we look for kill windows against Mundo? How can we play wave states?
I think slow pushes, and if he wants to go for XP or for minions, I have to do short trades.
Okay. You say slow push, right? If you slow push towards the Mundo, is he forced to walk up
to
go for last hits?
So I have to hard push.
Why?
Because the wave is crashing, and maybe you have to. I don't know. You have to explain me. But because the wave is crashing if I hard push, so he can farm under the tower.
Exactly. But what happens after a wave crashes into his turret?
It bounces.
Yes, that's the situation you need. Because if the wave bounces back to you, the Mundo is forced to walk up for last hits, correct?
Yes.
And that's when you can start forcing your trades or forcing your trade opportunities. Now, around this timer, we don't necessarily want to look to set up too many freezes, however, or too many bounce scenarios, simply because you setting up freezes denies yourself as well, because if you freeze, you cannot look for plates. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So how I would play the sequence in your shoes right now, given that you don't have your ult and or ignite, is I would look to hard push this cannon wave. And then what I would do is hard push the cannon wave and look to probably snatch 2 plates here.
Okay.
Then if I know Shaco position, let's say he takes dragon here, I would proxy the next wave and then instantly set up my recall, buy tier 2 boots, run back to lane because the wave is pushing back towards you, correct?
Yes.
But let's first see what you do, and then I'm going to optimize your position because you have all the options in the world right now. So you don't only expand your lead here just by killing your opponent, you can also get a wave and a roam, a wave and plates, a wave and jungle camp, something like this, right? Although Set is not the best at farming jungle camps. And I feel like when I hear your reasoning, the only way that you really see like progression is through kills. Now you're slow pushing here, I don't hate it. But I would hope that we're looking for some trade opportunities into him. But as you can see, he's not forced to walk up for last hits ever, so it is pretty tricky.
Yes.
Okay, if he walks up for his cannon, that's an opportunity we could look to trade. Okay, he doesn't. Good, you block it, fine. But you see, this is just not a position where we can really look to progress onto him. Which is why I would convert this now into a hard push and look for his plates. So you see here, we slow push the cannon wave here 1. We slow push cannon, the normal wave here 2. We're just not really doing anything.
Yeah.
And so this is why I hate the slow push. Because it brings nothing for us.
Okay.
Okay. You see the difference?
Yes, it is, for sure.
Would there be any counterplay from Mundo had you hard pushed the wave, taking the plate under his nose and making the wave bounce?
No, nothing. Yeah,
Exactly.
that's good for me because sometimes, like I said, I'm a little bit lost what I should do with the lead, and I think it is because sometimes I'm too greedy and I'm walking up too much, and then I'm just misplaying it, and then maybe I get ganked or I get killed, and then I'm thinking, okay, I should play safer, but I think Mundo is scaling. And that's the problem.
Sure, but I feel like you have so much stress while you're playing instead of just objective. Like you're making so many decisions based on something that happened in the past, so it just completely pollutes your decision making in real time. You say, oh, once I played too aggressive. Like your level 7 set here. If we compare items, he has, 1,000 gold worth of stats. You have about 1.7k gold. You have full level lead. You control wave states. The only thing you can do is sit back and just throw Qs. You have all the decisions, right? And then we dictate with the wave state what we want to do. I just think the goal set of looking to start playing towards his turret, is that a mentality that you had before? Of like progressing to plates here?
Yep.
Okay, good. Because that's what I want you to actively play for. Now you get a trade here. Good. I'll probably lead for 2 plates here. That's okay, you get 1 plate. Now, how could we make this wave push back towards us? Oh, Shaco's topside though. Let's say Shaco was not topside here. How would you make this wave push back towards you?
Like it should push back right now.
It's gonna probably meet in the center, right? It's gonna meet in the middle. Basically, what I would want you to do is kind of drag the wave here, hold the aggro maybe for a little bit, even tank a Q, and then drop the aggro again, and then the wave is probably gonna meet here, right? Instead of meeting in the middle.
Okay. So yeah, that's an action. Okay, it's cool to know. But so if I hold it there, it is 100% pushing towards me.
Yes. Do you understand why though?
Yeah, because the next wave is way earlier at my wave to destroy it. That can push forward.
Yeah. So his second wave is gonna arrive significantly faster, right? And that will force it to push towards you.
Yeah.
Awesome. So that was one option. So one option to expand our lead here would be hard push, right? So I'm just gonna type hard push, I guess, plus plate, and then playing the bounce, right?
Yes.
What was the second option again, if you recall?
You mean
It's similar. I think it's too tricky, but it would be hard push plus plate plus proxy. Now, why is proxy so good? Because this is a question I asked so often as well. But why would a proxy, for example, be so good here?
for tempo?
Yes. What does the tempo grant you though?
I could roam if I want to, or if I take a base, like the wave is still fine, so I can freeze it or something like that.
Exactly. So on this first option right here, it's good, but it's also a bit limiting because you don't get a recoil in between, right? And you don't get tempo advantage necessarily. You're expanding your lead through plates, and then you hope you can play off your
Okay,
bounce.
verstehe alles.
So
Fresse,
if
Motor.
I'm in this position, as you are right here, let's factor out the jungler. Which option would you prefer? One or two?
Like, I know where jungler is?
No, let's say jungler doesn't matter right now at all.
Okay, then
So
I
yes,
take
you would know what jungler is. Let's say jungler is here.
Okay, then I take option 2. Because,
Why?
I got a lot of tempo, I got more gold because I took the next wave.
Yep.
And I can buy more items. Or I don't know if that's good at this time, but I could also look maybe for room to mid, but maybe that's too early, I don't know.
Sure, but you get options, right?
Yeah.
And I agree with your take. And the biggest reason why I'm looking for option number 2 right here is because everything is on cooldown as well. Your ult is on cooldown, your ignite is on cooldown, your flush is on cooldown. So even if we get to option number 1, it's not necessarily going to be easy to get this bounce plus kill window because we have our cooldowns anyways. So that is why I would prefer or lean towards option 2 regardless. That makes sense too? Okay, perfect. What I would do in your shoes, most likely in this exact scenario, is I would slow push this wave. And then on this wave, I would hard push as fast as possible. Like during my slow push, like during the break time, I would probably ward right here. And then having this ward would allow me to have the confidence to step up to get a plate, to get close enough. And then I either look for 1 or 2 plates, or I just look to set up the bounce and or a reset. And because you could still look for a reset by setting up like a crash as well, right? Like you don't have to proxy to set up the reset as well. And then just have all your gold spent, have your cooldowns again, and then look to progress into the game.
Yeah, okay. When I get higher, like right now, Emerald to Dia, a lot of people, if they kill me or if they just crash a wave, they're proxying a lot. And
yeah,
I just see that a lot, and I think, okay, I was thinking to do that also, but I didn't know the benefit or how do you do it properly.
Just gotta mindlessly push. We see the Shaco top side, so right now we do know his top side. How did you not play out this wave? Let's walk me through your options. What do you have?
Like I know he's doing grubs, maybe hard pushing it again and then reset because I know Shaco's top side.
Perfect. I like that option. I like hard pushing to reset here, but then hard pushes as fast as possible. Why? Because the wave is gonna bounce back towards you again, right? If you do it fast enough, Mundo cannot even get the bounce out, and you at least get a free reset, and you can continue doing the hard push into plates again. Okay, I like that option. And it also decreases the timer in which you're realistically vulnerable. So yeah, but at this point now, how do you decide if you should slow push or hard push at this point? It's a tricky question.
Yes, it's a good
because
question.
You see, the wave was in the center here already, right?
Yes.
But you're not instantly hard pushing, which is correct. Because Shaco's hovering topside and he's looking to go here, and you spot that, so you're backing off, which is correct, by the way. What you're doing here is absolutely perfect. And because you don't see Shaco, you're backing off, right? You're not necessarily playing aggressive here. Now, in order for me to decide if I should slow push or hard push here, there's 2 factors. First things first, I need to take a look at what wave it is. It is a cannon wave, so it's obviously going to be the harder one to push, right? Second step is taking a look at my mini web to see where the next mini wave is at.
Yes.
Then I can decide if I should slow push or hard push.
That's by the way the biggest fact you told me like in the last coaching when we started, because I didn't know that like they're syncing, and I think a lot of people don't know that, and that's all the time I'm watching where the next wave is when I'm pushing the wave, so it can crash or bounce.
And you're also correct that we can still look for a hard push here, so long as we verify that Shaco has started grabs, right? Because once he started, he's just going to be occupied with this, so we don't necessarily have to be too careful for the Shaco, even though he's topside. Now, if you decide to hard push right now, I believe you'd be in time because it's still at tier 3. If it reaches the tier 2, I'd rather just have you slow push. Because what's going to happen otherwise is if we don't get this in time, it's going to be stuck here. And that's like the most awkward position to play in top lane, especially with the on top side.
Yes.
So here, I would probably be like deviating maybe a little bit. So you see now, okay, we end up kind of hard pushing here, but we're never going to be in a position where we can get a clean recall here.
Yes.
And a clean recall being that, you see the wave state is now here. It's going to be quite awkward. And if you recall right now, Mundo will always have enough time to hard push the next wave as it's already in lane by the time that we start recalling. So how could we have optimized that slow push into hard push if you're scared, or instantly hard push?
I think I was waiting for my item then. I don't know if that's good, and I think I'm just misplaying here.
Doesn't matter necessarily. It's okay, but like the thing is, objectively speaking,
Yep.
we've had to get a recall.
Yeah, when you told me to hard push it there, I think.
Yes,
Oh,
like
yes,
we should get a
yes,
recall
sure.
here 100% of the time.
Okay. Yeah, you're
because
totally
we-
right. Yes.
Yeah, and because we don't get it here, now we have to
Yes.
play a lot longer. Because
Yes.
now the wave pushes to us again, and then
Mhm.
afterwards it's gonna bounce away from us again, right?
Mhm.
So now, I'll probably set up a slow push into hard push. You could decide to overstay, but it comes with the risk of us either maybe dying or and we just farm even with the Mundo right now. We're not expanding our lead.
Yes. Yes. I think I'm also misplaying. I think that's the next thing. I think I'm staying so long for my item, and then I'm misplaying because I want to all in him, and I just play pretty bad because he's
You know what I
holding
would
the
do in your
wave.
shoes right here?
Yeah.
You try and figure it out how I play this position.
Maybe you would
It
all
doesn't
in.
include-
Maybe you would all
No.
in because I got ignite ult.
No, it doesn't include killing the Mundo.
Hard push and reset.
So hard push this wave instantly?
Yes.
No, this is how I would play it. I would slow push this wave
Yes.
because the next wave is already here. And it's a cannon wave and it's relatively in the center.
Yes.
But I would push it a little bit. Then on this wave, I would hard push it as fast as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'd get the plate, probably proxy, reset with strike breaker, come back to lane.
Ah, okay. Because you see Shaco is bot, they're fighting for Drake, and I got enough time to proxy, reset, and get my item.
Yes, you get best of both worlds and you get an additional plate, so you keep progressing onto the Mundo as well.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
The first thing that you thought about was killing the Mundo, right?
Yes, yes. I
And
think that's
I-
also a huge mindset of or like of me and also a lot of other people, top laners. So you can just get ahead if you kill people. Like
Yes.
that's a big
But
mistake,
there's
I
been
think.
multiple opportunities where we could have gotten plates, right? By
Mhm.
pushing waves faster
Yes.
and setting up resets. And through those resets, we put our opponent in a very tough position because you just have gold lead. Like you could have had a position where you've had all this gold spent and he still has these components, right? You're
Yes.
infinitely stronger.
Yes.
And since we never got that reset, we never really got to expand the league. Now you still have full control.
Mhm.
You've been in control for the entire 10 minutes, but we're
Mhm.
even in farm. And yeah, we only got one plate so far.
Yes, it's I think.
Okay. And then we end up.
Yeah. There's the misplay. Like here's the misplay because I want to dive him. Like I thought, like in this position, I think I can kill him. But now he's holding the wave, and then I'm
I
just
think,
thinking,
yeah.
yeah,
I don't even think we necessarily have to go over this because just for me, the intent of seeing this dive is just sad. Because we
Yes.
could have just like expanded our lead through like a million different ways.
yes,
And I hope that I've opened you up to that.
100%. Yes, I know what you
Okay,
mean.
good. I think here is where so much of your improvement is possible that the rest I don't necessarily want to go over because I think you have so much to work on your laning phase. Like right now, we have a completely different game. The fact that this turret is still sitting at minute 18, with the most respect, is criminal.
Okay,
Given that you had a 2-0 lead at minute 7.
okay.
Would you agree?
Yes.
Any questions about this game? And is it more clear for you now or more streamlined how to progress your leads once you have it? The mentality and the way to execute it as well.
Yes, for sure. Like it's pretty good for me that I think I should track more the jungler also for the proxy state because I think that's also, like I said, a problem for me because sometimes I don't know if there's anything I can do about it, but sometimes if I hard stomp maybe with Zed and I got the early lead and he's nearly at maybe 100 200 HP and I try to kill him, the jungler's coming at minute 2 and then I'm dying. Oh,
Yeah,
he's
but, we talked about that. Just put the level 1 more down here.
okay. Like at what time? At what time would you put
Before
it down?
your lane then. Before your lane then. Just like if you're scared of a level 2 or level 3 gank, just put it down here instantly and then start fist fighting. Like here, look, you're level 1. Just put it down here. Right now when you're walking back to lane. Put it down here and then walk behind the Mundo.
Okay.
But the amount of times that you get level 2 or level 3 gank should be really low.
Yes.
Because- So I wouldn't even play around this often because the chance of this happening is like maybe 10% of your games. So if you're going to every game kind of try and negate this 10% odd, it creates extreme bad habits.
Mm-hmm.
So I would rather play that I never get level 2 ganked than play as if I'm going to get level 2 ganked every game. Does that mentality make sense? Because it's so rare.
Yes.
Because it's 50% chance that enemy jungle starts at your side, and then it's also like a very low odd that a jungle like jungles like to full clear, and the meta for jungler right now is full clearing. So for them to break their clear and look for level 2 or level 3 top gank is very limited. And the champions that like the level 3 gank are gonna be champions like Shaco, Rek'Sai, I guess Kane.
The
Belmet, maybe.
yes. The problem is like in Emerald or maybe low diamond, is my jungler are not punishing the early ganks. That's the reason why a lot of people. Well, maybe it happens more often
Brother,
here because
even in Master and Challenger that doesn't happen. That is fair. But yeah,
I know, but I
think-
know what you mean. It doesn't happen that often, and like I said, then I think the next when is the normally especially time when jungler are ganking if the pathing top side, it's minute 320 something around
yeah,
that.
320, 330 ish.
Okay.
Because it depends if they're gonna take the scuttle as well or not.
Okay. And also one question, because we're just facing the Mundo matchup, or maybe like you said, a lot of range is played right now. Most of the time I'm trying to play Yorick or Malphite because I got no good picks into range. And
Yeah.
what do I do if I get weak sided pretty hard? Because
Honestly, I don't have a direct answer. It fucking sucks playing weak side against a ranged top.
okay, so you're just trying to farm and do the best out of it.
Yes, it's just a suffering gameplay experience.
Okay.
Okay, I'd like to take a look at one more VOD and go in depth like we did here, but what I'm assuming is we're gonna get very similar.